Hey guys, it's Audra and welcome back to 365 Projects. I am here today with my TBR for the Biannual Bibliothon. Now obviously this is a readathon that goes twice a year, and for the summer it is July 14th, which is tomorrow, Saturday, to July 20th, so it's a whole week. And I'm going to do my best to get all these books read, but honestly, I make no promises. My parents are coming to town, my mom might stay and help me get my library together, so we'll just kind of see how this goes, but let's just get into the TBR. The first challenge is to read the group book, which is The Wicked Deep. Now, I have already read this. I gave it 5 stars. I'm not going to reread it yet because I just read it a few months ago, 2 months ago maybe, and so I'm going to go ahead and pass on this one and move on to the second challenge. Now, the second challenge is to read a book from somebody else's TBR, and so I had to wait a while to make this video because I had not seen a TBR pop up that I had a book that I also wanted to read from, and the Little Red Reader, which is actually one of the hosts for this challenge, which everybody is listed down below, had this one on her list, which you've seen me try to read this for a previous readathon, but I am definitely getting to it this time around. This is about an old Hollywood star named Evelyn Hugo, and she wants to sit down with one reporter and one reporter only and tell her life story. And so there's bi rep, I think maybe lesbian rep, but everybody says this is their favorite book of the year, and I just need to get to it. I have it on audiobook as well, so now is the time before it goes back to the library through Overdrive, and I have to wait and wait and wait. So excited to get to this one, finally. The third challenge is actually kind of like a try-chapter tag, and you're supposed to pick 3 books, read the first chapter, and then pick your favorite to read for the readathon. And so I'm actually going to go with the latest 3 middle grade that I've purchased that I really want to get to soon. We have Front Desk by Kelly Yang, a girl that whose family runs a motel and hides immigrants. You have Breakout, which is a story about this girl who's kind of like a reporter or something, and then 2 prisoners get out at the prison nearby, and it's told in letters and Post-it notes and news articles, and I've heard this is great. And then we have Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth. This is all written in letters between this young girl who moves to this town and wants to befriend the town recluse, and they write letters back and forth to each other. And so these 2 don't have chapters, so I'm going to read the first 10 pages of each, and then the first chapter of this one, and I will check in here in a moment. So I just got done reading the first chapter of Front Desk, and it is super cute, and I think I'm going to be right about this having a whole bunch of conversation about how we treat immigrants in our country, especially right now. This is about a little girl, and her name is Mia, and it's her family comes to the United States. They share this hamburger. Her mom is working as a waitress. Her dad is working as in that restaurant as a fryer, and then they answer this ad about being a manager or somebody that runs a motel, and with that comes free rent. And so they go to this place, they see the motel, the manager says yes, they have free rent, and they also can get $5 for every room that is full, which is $150 a night. And so they think that sounds amazing. That is so much money, but the motel is not in the best condition, and so it's I'm interested to see where this goes next. Maybe they fix the motel. I don't know. It's gonna be cute. You can tell that this little girl has a lot of innocence to her, especially as to what it means to be an immigrant. Let's just go on and read the next one. Let's go into Breakout. I am done with the first 10 pages of Breakout by Kate Messner. Now, this hasn't really gotten into what the story is really about, but I have met the main character, Nora, and she is a journalist, and she is writing letters for their community service project or community time capsule project. And so it's to be open in 50 years, and they have to write 5 letters or something over the course of the summer to put in this time capsule as part of an assignment. And there's just a whole bunch of different ways it tells the story. That's her letter. Let's see. There's like Post-it notes, and it explains that they have morning announcements printed out for the hearing impaired on their website, so that's kind of a cool inclusion. So they have their morning announcements. You have a list of things they have to do for this assignment. You have a letter that's from a new kid that's just moved in, so I'm assuming she'll probably befriend that person, and then part of her assignment over there. So not really in depth enough to know, but I do like the style. I think it's going to go quickly, but let's just move on to the next one, which is Until Tomorrow, which is also done in all the letters. So I am done with the first 10 pages of Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth. I knew it was set in Vietnam, so all these letters are written in 1968. Now, this is about a girl, and her name is Renee, and she has moved from Missouri to Minnesota, and she wants to be, like, she's the paper girl, so she's wanting to be the paper girl, and she's writing letters to this man that she would deliver papers to, and she wants to know, like, why she hasn't got to, like, introduce herself in person yet. And so they write letters back and forth to each other. So far I figured out that they actually moved and are living with her grandmother because her mom had died of cancer. And yeah, we'll see how much it goes into depth about that. But they also are there so her brother can go to college and not have to go to war. And they have to do, she has supposed to do like a good deed project, and she wants this Mr. Marsworth to be like her good deed project and like befriend him type of thing. He doesn't want that. He gives her a package of marigolds instead. And so obviously she keeps writing letters, and so he's going to answer, and we'll see where it goes with that. So this might be a little too heavy for what I want right now. I don't know. But so I'm down to these other two I both really want to read. I really want to read this one, but I'm thinking like format-wise, this will be quicker and a nice break during a readathon with all the other books that I plan on reading. And there may be a different challenge I can use this for, so I can read both. But I'm going to go with this one for Challenge 3 for the winner of my Try a Chapter. Challenge number 4 is to read a book that's been on your TBR for over a year. I'm going to go with the Alice Network. This book has been on my TBR since before it was released over a year ago, and I've had friends that have recommended it to me since that I need to read it, and so I actually have it on Overdrive, an audiobook, and it's gonna expire like in the next 9 days, so I need to get it read. And it's a World War II book. I don't really remember much anything else. I think there's like she's a spy during World War II type of thing maybe. But I want to get it read because there is an insane amount of holds on this book, and it's going to take forever to get that back on audiobook or even the physical copy. Like, it's incredible how many holds are on this book at the Kansas City libraries. So, gonna go ahead and do that one for number 4. Challenge number 5 is a book that you think is going to be a 5-star book for you, and I'm gonna go with As Bright as Heaven by Susan Mesner. Now, I read at the very beginning of the year her book A Light Between Oceans, and I gave it 4 stars. I stinking loved the whole story until the very end. The end flopped. I didn't like the twist, but I think this may be a redemption. I need to read it for my book of the month poll for last week, and I only have like 2 days left to do it in, and so because I have to pull new ones on Monday. Crap, I forgot about. Oh man. Okay. BT Dubs. Some of the books from my book of the month picks on Monday may replace some of these books on the TBR. There's a fun twist. Anyways, so this is about World War I, where there's an epidemic that is killing a whole bunch of people. I think it's told in like 3 different points of view. I love those kind of stories, and so I think this may be a winner. I also have it on Overdrive to listen as an audiobook, and I'm excited to finally get to it. Challenge number 6 is to read an own voices book that is different from your own experiences, and my plan is to go with American Street by Ibi Zeboy. Now, this is about a Haitian immigrant that comes over with her mom, but her mom is detained by U.S. immigration, and she has to like go brave the world with her extended family on her own without her mother, which, how timely as this one. But I have this on audiobook once again. That is the plan to go with this one. It's written by a Haitian immigrant, and so that is why it's own voices. But Front Desk was also written by a Chinese immigrant about a Chinese immigrant child, and so this could work too. I'm going to go with this, but I may also read this. We'll see as the week goes which one I'm feeling the most. And challenge number 7 is to read the last book that you bought, and it's not here yet. It's on its way from Amazon. But I came across this book through the website as a recommendation to me, and I had never heard of it. And it is called Halfway Normal. Now, I know I've been really hard about books that just like randomly throw in cancer, or like it's a surprise that cancer is in the book. But this one, I know going into it, it's all about a little girl who has fought cancer for 2 years, and she's just now getting like immersed back in her real life, I guess. And she's going to school, and it's just kind of like what her feelings are as a survivor, and kind of reading through like the pages that they let you read early, it hits home really hard. Like you're just like, how do you go back to what you thought life was normal, how people talk to you, that they just associate you with your cancer, and then she wants to befriend this new kid, but when do you bring it up in a conversation? And so this is one that I think is pretty timely for me because I have moved, I'm starting a new job, I'm in a place that I know nobody, and even though like breast cancer is a big part of who I am, like I don't want to just be known for that. So I feel like this girl and I are going to like really be one and the same. And I hope that because she's in remission, like it doesn't like trigger me too much, but we'll see. So these are all the books plus 2 more that I want to read for the Biannual Bibliothon. And I'm starting to see that I'm crazy because these are huge. So in actuality, I probably won't get to all of them. I have to read this one for my Book of the Month stuff. I want to read this book because it's somebody else's TBR. This could also be a 5-star pick. If I got rid of these 2 and replaced it with this one, I could use this for Try a Chapter and Own Voices, and then I would have to read the other book, Halfway Normal. That was the last book that I bought. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes. I'll vlog and let you know, and hopefully it's not a complete flop like some of my other readathons, because the next one that I plan on doing isn't until the end of the month with Booktubeathon, and these are books that I'm just really excited to get to. So let me know what you're reading for the Biannual Bibliothon. If you're making any of the challenge videos, I would love to know about them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any or not. I need to kind of look through that list and see if there's some that are easy to do on the whim. So until next time, bye guys!